Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to IDP Study Abroad Open Day. So we've got Miss Sophia Tan, who's the Country Recruitment Officer for Flinders University, and she'll be presenting to us about allied health courses at Flinders University. So let's all welcome Sophia.
Thanks, Laila. Thank you, everyone, for attending this session. So as Laila mentioned, my name is Sophia. I work for Flinders University. Actually, I've been working there for almost 18 years now. Today, I'm actually going to talk to you about allied health programs at Flinders. I just wondering, I'm sure you are able to all see my screen, right?
Yep, it's visible.
Okay, good. Thank you. So what is allied health? I mean, allied health professionals are health professionals that are not part of the medical, dental, or nursing professional. That is what they have identified or defined it as. Basically, they provide a broad range of diagnostic, technical, therapeutic, and direct health services to improve the health and well-being of the consumers. They also work with people to identify and assess issues, provide treatment, and things like that. In many cases, allied health interventions can reduce or remove the need for medical interventions. So in Australia, as you can imagine, almost 200,000 allied health professions represent almost a third of health workforce and deliver an estimated 200 million health services annually. So it is a big thing here, health services here in Australia. And their allied health workforce is growing rapidly as demand grows across the aged care, mental health, disability, and health sectors. So Flinders, a little bit about Flinders University. We are ranked in the top 2% in the world and ranked 43 in Asia Pacific. We are number one in Australia for postgraduate employment rate, and this is based on the fact that 97% of our students are in full-time work after completing their degree. And normally with the survey, it's actually completed by graduates of all Australian universities approximately 3 years after they completed their studies. We are also the only South Australian university to have an on-campus teaching hospital, and number one in Australia in rehabilitation. So nothing to do with nursing, but just letting you know, we are ranked in the top 30 in the world for nursing as a subject. So just some infographics about Flinders University itself. We are established or founded in 1966. So just celebrated our 55th anniversary last year. We are a medium-sized university, roughly about 26,000 students in terms of student population, and out of which about 5,000 over is their international students from more than 90 different countries. So in terms of health services, as I mentioned earlier, it is the fastest growing industry. Flinders offer flexible entry pathways options into health profession programs, depending on the area that you are interested in. Our courses are accredited by professional health bodies in Australia and also overseas for certain courses. So health to go, this is the picture that you see there is actually a clinic that we have here on campus, what we call the health to go. It's a modern health clinic that offers a range of allied health services to Flinders staff members, to students, as well as to the broader community. And that could be in many areas, like either in hearing or nutrition, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, speech pathology, and vision services as well. So it is a clinical skills lab that offers students the opportunity to service public patients in their own chosen field. So I've got a next slide. I've got a video that's just talking about our state-of-art facilities that we have here at Flinders Health to Go. Just bear with me. Hope you are able to hear the audio as well.
Here at Flinders, we have a long history of teaching in health and research with decades of experience. One of the great things is that our students get to learn with lots of other health professions. So we have optometry, physiotherapy, speech pathology, audiology, exercise science, nutrition students, and occupational therapy students as well. Here in Health to Go, our students have access to state-of-the-art equipment. They have equipment in optometry. Our exercise science students use machines to look at cardiovascular fitness and VO2 max. And we have a state-of-the-art sound booth for audiology. As well as that, we have video capture in many of our consulting rooms. So our students are able to remotely access patient consultations and learn remotely, as well as face-to-face. We also have started some telehealth consultations. With the changing world environment, it's really important that we stay up to date with technology. At Flinders, our students have a range of learning experiences. So they have face-to-face clinical placements, and then they also do clinical simulation. One of the really great things that we do is we use a thing called Mask Ed, which is where our educators wear a high-grade silicone mask and they're able to simulate patient scenarios so that our students are able to learn in an evidence-based practice way with a pretend patient in mock scenarios. The Health to Go clinic offers our students an ideal opportunity to be able to practice their communication skills and to be able to really instill the values of their profession and practice that in the clinic environment with real patients and under expert supervision. Our students get the fantastic opportunity of being able to work with lots of other health professions all in the same clinic. It's not just about sitting in a tutorial or a lecture, it's about real world experience, practical, hands-on experience. We're the leaders in health and care. We'd love to have you come and join us.
So that's just a short video with regards to our Health to Go facilities that we have here on campus. So Flinders courses that lead to allied health professions, as you can read there on the screen. I'm not going to, read through everything, but that's just an idea of all the courses that we have here at Flinders that sort of leads towards the allied health profession. So because of the short period of time that we have here for this seminar. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to talk through all of them, and I will just select a few that I will be talking through. So the first one would be audiology. So our course is the only course in Australia and among a few in the world that use problem-based learning. This is the Master of Audiology. Now, this effective and deeply immersive strategy will have you working in small groups to solve open-ended real-life issues, facilitating the transfer of your knowledge beyond the lecture theatre. So our audiology program is packed with industry experience and placements opportunities across the metropolitan area, rural area, remote areas of South Australia, and also the Northern Territory. So it is a 2-year Master Audiology program and only one intake a year, which is in semester 1. And graduates, of course, of this program are eligible for membership with the Audiology Australia. So next we have clinical rehab. So it is again another master's program here. It is 2 years. There is also a 1.5-year program, but we also have a 2-year program as well. Now this program allows you to develop research or practice expertise in variety of clinical rehabilitation areas, such as the rehabilitation of degenerative neurological disorder, musculoskeletal disorders, spinal cord injury, stroke, cancer, and people with dementia as well. So there will be, towards the end, I will have a table that kind of summarize all the different courses and all the duration, intakes, and even entry requirements also. So next, disability. So this program aims to broaden professional opportunities for graduates within and involving policy and practice context. So you will actually become NDIS aware and develop disability-specific knowledge to assist people living with disability to participate in all areas or all aspects of their everyday life. Of course, this could mean that you're supporting people with disabilities in their educational, economic, recreational, or even social participation, and to be recognized as a valued member for their local community. So for those of you who are not aware, NDIS stands for National Disability Insurance Scheme here in Australia. It is a scheme of the Australian government that funds costs associated with disability. So nutrition, dietetics, and human nutrition. So this course has been very, very popular in Singapore, actually, for that matter. Ministry of Health Holdings used to sponsor students, many, in fact, Singaporean students to study nutrition dietetics at Flinders previously. One of only 4 universities that was accepted by the Ministry of Health Holdings. So if you go to hospitals and you talk to a dietitian, you'll find that, quite a number of times that if you do talk to a dietitian, you'll find that they are actually a Flinders graduate. So of course, in this instance, we do have Bachelor of Nutrition Dietetics, we do have Bachelor of Human Nutrition, Masters of Nutrition Dietetics, and also Master of Human Nutrition. That's as an exit program. So, with this program, it prepares you to become a professional that can interpret and translate scientific knowledge into practical information to help people improve their health through the diet. Next, we have occupational therapy. So Flinders enjoys strong partnerships with industry. There's actually about 1,000 hours of fieldwork experience that is inbuilt into the Bachelor of Health Sciences combined with the Master of Occupational Therapy. So as you can see on the screen, we do offer it at undergrad level as well as postgraduate. So at undergrad is the what we call the BHS-MOT, which stands short form for Bachelor of Health Sciences, Master of Occupational Therapy. It's a 5-year program, or you can go and apply directly into the Master of Occupational Therapy, which is a 2-year program. So of course, all these in Australia, it is fully accredited by Occupational Therapy Australia. We also have optometry. Now with optometry, it is a 5-year program. It is combined, it's again the same thing, 3+2, what we call a 3+2, which is the Bachelor of Medical Science, Vision Science, combined with the Master of Optometry, a 5-year program. So in this program itself, there is also more than 400 hours of work placements that are built into the master program, with at least one rural or remote placement, providing valuable practical experience and connection to the industry. So there are even opportunities for unique learning experience with overseas placements in vulnerable communities in Nepal, Southern India, and China as well. So employment for optometrists is expected to grow by about 15.7%. So next, we have physiotherapy. So with physio, actually we do have a bachelor's as well, but it is the Bachelor of Health Sciences combined with the master's, or you can also apply directly just for the Master of Physiotherapy, the standalone program. So with this program, 70% of our staff work in senior clinical physio positions, as well as lecturing at the university itself. So, this ensures that we are delivering contemporary evidence-based content and provide excellent context for our students. So with the same thing, as I did mention about the Health to Go, all these, it could also be students have the opportunity to service the patients to broader community, to staff members or to other students in their own chosen field, so they can actually practice on real life people and be involved in the clinic environment from within our campus itself. Then we have speech pathology. So again, similar to nutrition dietetics, with speech pathology, same thing. We also had Ministry of Health Holdings sponsor students to study the speech pathology program here at Flinders as well. We have one of the highest numbers of placement hours for a speech path degree in Australia, providing plenty of clinical practical experience prior to graduation. So students complete placements in a variety of different settings, providing services for clients across the lifespan. And these includes childcare centers, state and independent schools, disability services, hospitals, rehabilitation centers, community health centers, as well as aged care facilities. So with the speech path here at Flinders, again, we do offer it at bachelor's level, which is 4 years, and also at the master's level, which is 2 years. So here I've got a few different spreadsheets. For the next few slides, they are just spreadsheets. Basically, if you this is the list of programs that we offer, the duration and the start date. So February, most of them you'll find that they have only a February intake, except for the disability one where they have a July intake. So this year, when we say February, so sometimes the intake could be February or it could be March. This year happens to be 28th of February, so literally the last day of February. But then there are other times where you might find that it might be the 1st or 2nd of March. So it really depends on, because February being a short month, so sometimes you might find that it's either end of February or early March. So in terms of the entry requirements for the undergraduate courses, there is no interview for all these courses and no prerequisites either. So look, if you are, say, for example, a A-level student, a high school student studying, A-levels or IB or some other curriculum here, there, or in Singapore, just because you haven't done any science subjects or biology or anything like that, you might find, some students think that, just because they haven't done any science subjects, that they are not eligible to enter into health sciences courses. And that is not true. So even if you have not picked up any science topics, whether it's biophysio or physics, and or chemistry, you can still apply for our health, one of the allied health courses that is listed here. So as you can see, none of them require any prerequisite topics, and none of them require interview either, at the bachelor's level, that is. Yeah. So it depends. So if you're looking at the this 3+2 programs towards the bottom there, those programs you will require at least an A-level score of 13 points, which essentially is ABB. Okay, so but most of the others you'll find that it will be slightly lower than that. So at postgraduate level, these are the master's program, their duration, and also the intakes. And you find that, again, most of them are 2 years, where with a few of them 1.5 years, and some are available in both February and July intake, but majority of them are, of course, in February intake, because in Australia, February intake is our main intake, the first semester. Okay. This other slide, which includes everything else. So I've kind of put it out in terms of the entry requirements itself. As you can see, I did put in this particular instance, I did put in medicine, even though medicine is not counted as allied health, but yeah, it's there. Just letting you know, majority of the courses do not require interview except for the Doctor of Medicine. But if you look at the prerequisite and or related bachelor, yes, all the ticks means that you must have a relevant bachelor's degree in a relevant field. And the hashtag here for occupational therapy and the physiotherapy, it just means that you must also complete a prerequisite self-assessment form when you're applying for it, because there's quite a few prerequisite topics that is required if you are applying into the master's program. Okay, but for Master Audiology and for Master of Speech Pathology, you will find that there is no need to have any relevant background if you are wanting to apply for the Master of Speech Pathology or the Master of Audiology. Okay, in terms of GPA requirement to get in, yes, some of these that you can see here, the ticks here, audiology, nutrition, dietetics, occupational therapy, physiotherapy, and speech pathology, those ones definitely you will require a credit average to gain admission into the course. So when we say a credit average, we are referring to 65% to 74. So at Flinders, 65 to 74 is actually considered a credit average. Of course, I don't know about your, other universities that you have completed your bachelor's degree in, but basically it needs to be an equivalent of a credit average here at Flinders or a GPA of 5 out of 7. So I do know, I understand that in your country, your GPA might not be out of 7. It could be out of 4 or it could be out of 5, depending on which university you go to, but not to be worried. Our admissions team will be able to do the calculation ourselves. You just need to lodge in the application and we will assess accordingly. Okay, now next, something that probably most of you would be interested to know, we are offering scholarships here at Flinders. It's called the Go Beyond Scholarship. Then these are the three, it's the academic scholarship that's available here. So we do have the Vice Chancellor Scholarship, which is 50% of the tuition fees for the entire duration of the course. We also have the Excellence Scholarship, which is 25%, and the Global Scholarship, which is 20%. So there is no separate application form for the 25% and the 20%, but then for the 50%, yes, there is, but that is only if you are deemed to be eligible to apply for it even, then only we'll send out the form for you to fill it up. And there are additional steps as well, like additional selection criteria that you'll be required to do. But for the 25% and 20%, no worries at all. You just have to apply for the course. Admissions will, assess accordingly and see if you're eligible. If you are, automatically, when we issue the offer letter to you, the fees will be adjusted accordingly already. So this is just to let you know about what we would expect you to have if you are wanting to apply or wanting the scholarship. So at the undergrad level of that 20%, what we need from you is an A-level score of 7 minimum. However, it will also depend on the course that you are applying for. So if it is a course that happens to have a 7 entry requirement, then you would need to get 8 to be eligible for the 20% scholarship. Okay, so we, as you can see, it's really not high at all. Even if it is A levels 8 points, that only means that it's a CDD actually to be eligible for the 20% scholarship. Okay, and if you did want a 25% scholarship, then you will need a minimum of 9 in your A-level score, which is equivalent to a CCC on average. Yeah, as long as it's 9 points based on your 3 subjects, not including general paper or project work. Okay, and then and of course, with the 50% Vice Chancellor scholarship, you will need an A-levels score of 13 points, which is the ABB. Oops, sorry. Yeah. Okay. And then as with all scholarships, there's always the terms and conditions, and there are some programs that are excluded from the scholarship. So in this instance, at bachelor's degree level, these are the 3 programs that are not included in the scholarship. So basically is the the BCSMD, which is the Bachelor of Clinical Sciences Doctor of Medicine course, the Bachelor of Medical Science Vision and Master of Optometry, the combined degree, and also grad entry nursing. Those are the only 3 programs that are not included in the scholarship for undergraduate level. So all other bachelor's degree are included in the scholarship. So at postgraduate level, Again, there are also some exclusion, a little bit more so actually. So in fact, if you look at it, the exclusion is a little bit more to do with the allied health courses like audiology, clinical side, physiotherapy, social work, and speech pathology. So I think there are only probably the Master of Nutrition Dietetics is still in there. So it's in, what I meant is Master of Nutrition Dietetics is available for the scholarship, and also Master Occupational Therapy is also available for consideration for the scholarship as well. So these are the ones at master's level that is not included in the scholarship. And I think that's it from me with the time constraint that I do have. So these are my contact details. I am on WhatsApp or Telegram, even on WeChat and Line as well, depending on what media you're on. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions, and please just mention who you are as well when you do contact me via social media. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, thank you, Sophia, so much for your presentation. I think if anyone else has any questions, you can contact